Loose Women's Jane Moore has shared her deeply personal and unsettling experience covering the 1995 trial of Rose West, describing the entire ordeal as sickening. This reflection came during a recent episode of the show, inspired by the release of a new Netflix documentary titled Fred and Rose West, a British horror story. The documentary explores the horrific crimes committed by the infamous serial killer couple Fred and Rose West. It features interviews with the families of victims and details how law enforcement uncovered the extent of their brutal actions. Jane Moore, who was a color writer present at Rose West's trial, revealed some chilling insights from her time in court. She described how Rose West continuously stared at her, seemingly fixating on her more than others present. Moore speculated this might have been because she was one of the very few women in the press box at the time, possibly the only female journalist there, although there were female lawyers in court. Moore felt that Rose's intense gaze was likely an attempt to intimidate her. When fellow panelist Nadia Sawala asked whether Rose might have been trying to form some sort of connection with Moore, she replied, "Who knows how a sociopath works?" This highlights the unpredictable and manipulative nature of Rose West's personality. Moore also spoke about the emotional toll of covering such a horrific case. She admitted that the experience was deeply disturbing and would haunt her thoughts frequently. Over time, however, she noted that she became somewhat desensitized to the horrors, a common psychological defense mechanism when exposed repeatedly to such trauma. The crimes committed by Rose and Fred West were truly monstrous. Between 1967 and 1987, the couple subjected numerous young women to torture, rape, and murder in their home on Cromwell Street, Gloucester, which became notoriously known as the House of Horrors. Fred West avoided trial by taking his own life in prison in January 1995. Rose West, on the other hand, was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment in 1995 for the murder of 10 women and girls, including her own daughter Heather and her stepdaughter Charmaine, who was only 8 years old. Jane Moore's recount of her experience at the trial and the psychological effects it had on her sheds light on the lasting impact such grim cases have not only on victims and their families, but also on those who report on them. The Netflix documentary brings renewed attention to one of Britain's most chilling crime stories, ensuring the victims' stories are not forgotten and providing insight into how such evil was uncovered.